Oh, hi, Aid here from Rev Monkey. I'm at the Haynes Museum. I didn't even know about this place really, but I'm down here with family in Somerset, and it wasn't me. Someone else said, come and look at the Haynes Museum. It's got loads of fabulous cars. So I've come down here and I'm about to show you those fabulous cars, and there are some amazing bits of machinery in here. So let's have a look. Here we are in the famous red room at the Haynes Museum, with cars just in different shades of reds, but mostly a similar red. Now Haynes wanted a room full of red cars. He thought if every car was red, then your mind would focus on the aesthetics and the curvaceous nature of all of the cars. And he's got a point, hasn't he? It's certainly an array of cars here. Let's look at some of the better ones. Nice array of Italian cars here. Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint. In this company, this Alfa Romeo Spider from 1996 doesn't quite cut the mustard. That's what you all know now from Romeo Spider, of course. Very nice. They came in very different shapes and different sorts of front ends. This is just called a Spider Veloce from '68. Then we have a gorgeous Maserati Merak. This is the SS version. Now you can get these incredibly for between 50 and 60,000. Maybe not in this condition. But what a fabulous car. I mean, it rivals at the time was like the Dino from Ferrari. But almost as pretty, not quite as curvaceous. So you had the bore of the V8 engine. This was a V6 manual car. And superb value, but of course you've got to be brave for the running costs. Here we have some four-seater touring Italian cars. Got the Alfa Romeo and the Lancia. Gorgeous. Continuing in the red room, have the original Dodge Viper. Look at that. It still looks impressive. Huge front end. Well, this is a poster car for me, one of my all-time favourite cars. Now out of my price range, you can get it for about $500,000. This is an LP 400S with the rear wing. Now I actually, one of those people who prefer it without the rear wing, and from this angle, you can probably see why. It goes from here in a beautiful, consistent curve right down to this end here. And I think the rear wing just spoils the aesthetics. Got Marcos here, so that's one of the original ones. Looking actually rather good. Mine's with the 2000 GT from Toyota actually. What a lovely array of cars. This one stood out for me. Fantastic. It resembles a Ferrari California, which of course is like, you know, somewhere between $25 and $30 million. This is actually a Frua, and good God, it's gorgeous. Not sure about writing on the tyres, but the knockoff wheels certainly make the car. Oh man, what a stunning car. Look at that. AC. Oh, that little steering wheel, isn't it gorgeous? Vast array of switchgear there. Wow. Awesome shape. Jiminy, Jiminy, Jiminy. Isn't that beautiful? As you read here, 1972 AC428 Frua convertible. I'll just scan that and you can read it at your leisure. But what a stunning car. Incredibly rare. Probably worth a lot of money. Oh, looky. Probably the greatest 911 of all, 2.7 RS from 1973. Simple, effective, beautiful form. Wow. Isn't it beautiful in yellow? The surprisingly rare Di Tommaso Pantera. They were half the cost of contemporary Ferraris. This is a 1973. And again, like the Countach from earlier, I do prefer it without that bold, rare wing. Looks like Chromadora sort of wheels. Looks fantastic in this bright yellow. Typical of the cars in this museum, of course. Very good looking and very good condition. Obviously a Ford V8. It had a lovely growl to it, so although it sounded different from contemporary Italian cars of the era, it had its own unique character and still remains somewhat famous. Oh, it's like a journey through history here. I saw this car and immediately knew what it was. I bet you don't. I know what it was because I had it in a top truck pack. I was always fascinated with its unique kind of design. It had gold wing doors. It's a Brooklyn SV1. I believe it's a Canadian car. Look at that. I mean, quite unique. Well, it reminds me a bit of the Monteverde at the time. Look at that. Amazing. They don't make cars like this anymore. And some of you probably say for good reason. It's a cracker. Superb. Two lovely little Mercs. Look. This is the replacement of that one. That's a 190 SL. Also did a 300 version. This is a 280 SL. I believe that one's got... Isn't that the one that's got the nickname Pagoda? Not sure. But I'd have this one just for the curvaceous nature. I think it beats this one. But although this is still a stunning car, I think both represent good investment opportunities. German engineering. Gorgeous shape. Fantastic. Well, just suddenly stumbled across this Lotus section. Immediately knew at an immediate glance what they all were, apart from the white one. Of course, they've got the Esprit, Lotus Esprit Turbo, in what I think is its best livery, kind of the JPS black and gold, fantastic. Lotus Elise, Lotus Europa, Lotus Elan, Lotus Elite, and apparently that one is another Lotus Elise. I didn't know that. That's the original. Look at that. Actually, that's a gorgeous thing. Very, very rare. That's a fantastic livery combination. Looks superb. I wonder how much they're worth, because that looks like a beautiful car. Always fascinate the back of these. Again, these look great in the JPS black. The only thing missing here, particularly, well, apart from Maya Mira, is Exige, Evora, and the Eclat, which was kind of somewhere between the front of that and a bit at the back of that. But I always loved these. When I saw these going around, I thought, what a cool car, because it looked like nothing else around. Although, well, actually it's not quite right. There was a Scimitar, remember? Scimitar GTE? That had somewhat similar looks. But look at it. I think really now it stands a test of time. Incredibly rare. I haven't seen one of these for donkeys. Maybe it was hideously unreliable, as were a lot of Lotus cars, but I think this is so cool. Oh, man. I mean, it's got decent room in the back. Definitely 4 adults. I mean, of the Lotus here, that's my favourite. As weird as it is, that's my favourite, followed by that one in second place. Flipping love that. Now, all car enthusiasts will know what this is, but many of you won't. This is, of course, a Jaguar XJ220. I mean, look at the length of it. What incredible road presence. And I believe, incredibly, these are only about 500,000. I think less than that, maybe 300,000. They're not really sought after, which is incredibly strange. I don't think it helps that it's got a 6-cylinder engine. So the engine one is just not as alluring. But it's still a hypercar of its day. You're not great inside, but hey-ho. But still, what a car. What a thing. You turn up and event in that, people go to notice you. I mean, one of its problems is that it's 7 foot wide. Good grief. They tried to build a 220 miles on a car and return to racing at Le Mans. Actually reached 213 miles an hour. It was the fastest production car in history at that time, in 92, 93 sort of era. Before, what car? I'll give you 5 seconds. The McLaren F1, which obviously blew this apart, which probably didn't help in its sales. Funny enough, this was 470 grand, brand new. And I think that might be cheaper than it now, which is mad. It's a car that's never been that sought after. I don't know why, it's such a statement. Lordy, lordy, one of my favourite ever cars, the Series 1 Corvette. I'm not sure the year of this one, at a glance. I'm not an expert on them just yet. I was 1960, so it's a good few years after they first came out. This is with the hardtop on top of it, but that comes off. It's got that curved screen, which is a work of art. It's got a curved binnacle, typical of the cars. It had the red leather interior. And this is one of my favourite liveries, with the white with the red flash, or red with the white flash. They all look particularly good in this two-tone. And this one, the 1960, has got the quite famous kind of teeth grille front with the twin lights. And they're all slightly different. There's about 4 or 5 different versions of it in total. The only thing I don't like about this car is the discoloration of the white wheels. But you could probably sort that out, freshen them up with a nice bit of white, and it looks fantastic. Oh, I love these cars. I just realised it's actually a Corvette stand, isn't it? So you've got an old Corvette there. Is that C4? Stingray. These are nice. I think this is a C2, I believe. So second series. Well, Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. These are lovely. And this is the one with a kind of bar across the windows, which is even more sought after. A stunning coupe car, isn't it? I mean, people think that the Americans are such incredibly boring sedan cars, but my God, when they put their hand to it, they could build some epic cars. Another Colt car with its kind of brushed aluminium body. I mean, look at that, the DeLorean. Obviously, it's famous for Back to the Future, and the story of John DeLorean himself was in a film. And it's got doors that go up. I mean, what can you not like about it? But even now, they're not that valuable, surprisingly so. You know, we're only talking, well, a lot less than 100,000. I thought the museum was over. And then I turn around a corner, there's this sudden little fabrication, and there's Ferraris in here. Oh my God, that's expensive. Oh, that's my one. That's a 430 Spider. This is a 308. Gorgeous car. Magnum's car. Such a pretty little thing. That's either like a 400 sort of thing. I remember them, but never been popular. The sign on this is 250 convertible, GT convertible, says it's worth £1.5 million. I don't know how old that plaque is, but it's worth a lot more than that. Of course, it's not quite a California, but it is extremely similar and equally beautiful, in my opinion. It completely matches it. Can't really get a good look at the back, because I've always thought the black is quite interesting, because at one glance it's quite plain, then you realise actually it's probably perfection. But look at this inside, look. Oh my Lord, can you imagine driving down to the south of France in that, making your way into northern Italy and down to the south coast of Italy? Oh God. Oh, I've got to do that before I die. Oh, beautiful. I'll take a quick snapshot of this in case you want to zoom into it and read out more about it, a kind of a storyline of Enzo's life. Oh my God, there's some great cars here. Look at this Ford RS200 Group B Monster. An era of motor racing that didn't last long at all. It was so bloody dangerous of overpowered cars. Of course, my favourite was the Delta S4, being that it's somewhat similar to the Integrale that followed it. But look how special this is. And you've of course got that incredibly, so ugly it's stunning Metro 6R4. Remember that? Well, a lot of people with wobbly knees as they see this car come up. A Sierra Cosworth RS500 edition, very rare, now in low single figures. Easily identifiable by the well-told spoiler at the back. I mean, a stunning car of its era. I mean, incredibly, 1987, this was a real beast at the time. Well, a D-Type replica, of course. The original, it was in my video recently of the top 20 most valuable cars sold at auction. Stunningly beautiful car. I mean, I'd love the replica. That would do me absolutely. Very famous for its kind of fin at the back for aerodynamics. I mean, what a gorgeous, gorgeous, curvaceous car. My word, look at this. Now, if you know what this is, you're either an American car historian or an absolute car nut. In fact, I've already forgotten what it is. As I walked around the side of it, hold on a second, what was it again? It's a 1958 Ford Fairlane Skyliner with a retractable roof. I mean, that typical kind of Thunderbird looking front, stunning front. But look at this for a roof mechanism. The whole fixed roof that covers 4 adult seats completely goes back into the boot. And you've got this square bit here to put your bits in. I've never seen the like of it. Imagine going with the pumped up wheels, you know, at the drive-in movie. You want to put your arm around your concubine and you put the roof back. Hold on a second, darling. That is awesome. Oh my word. Look at these. These are Duesenbergs. extremely famous American marque back in the day. Look at that. Now, if you've watched my most expensive cars ever sold at auction video that came out recently, as you see this video, you'll know that a Duesenberg was in fact in the top 20 most expensive car ever sold in auction. That was American. I mean, my God, I want some sort of plinth here. That is incredible. Good grief. No details, unfortunately, about these specific cars, but good. Aren't they fantastic? Wow. Out of every single car here, my missus wanted this one. Don't worry about the £1 million Ferrari or some of the other amazing American cars here, or rally replicas. She wanted this rather immaculate, gleaming red with beige interior Ford Mustang. Must admit, fantastic car, and it's 1966, which is her birth year, so I can understand that. Now look at this for a mint E-Type Jaguar. This is a V12 Series 3. You can tell the Series 3 by the arches coming out more on the front end there, as you can see. It's kind of got the Brownie style knockoff wheels. Immaculate inside. This is obviously it's a museum, you'd expect it to be decent condition, but looks very nice indeed. The Series 3 is one of the less desirable and more affordable, therefore, E-Type Jaguars, but it's the styling still basically the same, so I think it's a cracking buy.